third grade. It is Tuesday, and we are ready to read our Scholastic article for today. It's called The Lego Builder, and it says Veronica Watson turned her Lego hobby into a job. Well, I don't know about you, but I love Legos. Unfortunately, Mrs. Craig is a really good Lego builder with directions, but I'm not very good at building without directions. But I'm sure many of you can build some pretty cool things with Legos. But this lady was able to turn what she loved doing into her job. So let's go ahead and read and see what we can learn from Lego Builder. It says many kids love building with Lego bricks, but how many kids end up getting paid to build with Lego bricks as an adult? That's what Veronica Watson did. In 2014, she won a contest to be a master model builder at the Legoland Discovery Center in Yonkers, New York. A master model builder gets to play with Legos full time. Veronica started the job after college and stayed there for 2 years, beginning as a builder. As a kid, Watson didn't think about working for Lego. She was too busy building. She and her little brothers spent hours in their basement making Lego cities, Star Wars spaceships, and even a model of Hogwarts Castle from the Harry Potter books. Building the castle took a month to do. It was so big that it covered a table. But when Watson grew up, she needed to get a job. That's when she heard about the contest to become a master model builder. I thought it would be fun. I would enter for fun, Watson said. In the contest, Veronica built animals, a guitar, and a model of her head. Kids helped judge the contest entries, and they picked Watson's. To celebrate her win, workers dumped Lego bricks on Watson. I had Lego bricks in my pockets and in my shoes, she says, laughing. There's a picture of her. Workers celebrate Watson's win in the building competition. That's awesome. On the job, as a master model builder, Watson built complex Lego projects for Legoland. She built models of Star Wars Death Star, the U.S. women's soccer team, and even Beyoncé. My favorite thing to build out of Lego is actually people, Watson says. I find it really fun to look at photographs of celebrities or characters and try to represent them by using little Lego bricks. Before Watson starts a project, she thinks about color first. Next, she looks at the shapes of her bricks, thinking about which she needs. For small builds, Watson works fast, putting pieces together in different ways until she's satisfied. For larger builds, she takes her time and models the build on graph paper first. Watson's advice for builders: when you're going to build a new model, look at the parts you already have available. It can be a little frustrating to have the idea in your head first and then find that you don't have the parts that you need. There's Watson's model of the U.S. women's soccer team. That is cool. Look at how the soccer ball's on this person's head. And on the knee there. And she's catching it as goalie there. Very cool. Beyond Lego. These days, Watson has less time for Lego. She had left her job at Legoland to study architecture at Columbia University in New York. Architects design real buildings. Architecture is very related to Lego, Watson says. It will allow her to follow her passion and keep building. Great article. Third grade, if we go back up here, there's a video that I want to play for you right here. So let's watch this.
Hi, my name is Veronica Watson. I'm Legoland Discovery Center Westchester's Master Model Builder. Welcome to Legoland Discovery Center. Come on in. with Lego ever since I was a little child. I remember my first Lego set was a yellow submarine. I thought it was so cool, and I played with it for hours and hours. As a kid, I spent lots of time building with my little brothers. We loved to build castles for Harry Potter. We loved to build Star Wars and big cities and huge buildings. I went to New York University where I studied architecture. Architecture is designing buildings, sort of like the houses that you live in or the buildings that you go to work in. Architecture is very related to Lego in a lot of ways. Because you're designing something, you have to plan ahead what your thing is going to look like. So an architect has to plan what a building is going to look like. They draw it out, and then they design it with little models. Similarly, with Lego, if I have to make something, I might draw it out, and then I have to build a model of something else. When they announced me as the winner of Brick Factor, they took a big box of Lego bricks and held it over my head and dumped it on me. I had Lego in my pockets, I had Lego in my shoes, it was crazy. In my job as Legoland Discovery Center Master Model Builder, there's lots of different tasks that we have to do. Sometimes I get to build really cool original models. Sometimes I have to clean and repair the models that we have here at our site. So my favorite part of my job is when I have time to build original models. That way I can build anything that pops into my head. I also love when kids come in and I get to build with them. We have a lot of fun. The hardest part of my job is when I have to take all of my little Lego bricks and sort them into all these little drawers. It takes me hours and hours. So I have lots of kids who come in to visit me. We have different classes, and sometimes I get to help teach the classes and show kids how to build different models. I also have kids come in who are sometimes working on a school project or want to ask me different questions about Lego. And I love to see their enthusiasm for Lego, and it inspires me to build the models that I do. A lot of kids come in and they run into the problem where when they're taking apart their Lego bricks, they get really stuck together and they can be hard to separate. So sometimes myself or the model builders show them how to use a tool called a brick separator. I would say that when you're going to build a new model, look at what parts you already have available. Sometimes I get ideas based on what color parts I have, and then I know what I want to build. It can be a little frustrating to have the idea in your head first, and then find that you don't have the parts that you need. Sometimes one of the challenging things is to build a round shape or a circle out of square Lego bricks. Now, there's a lot of different ways that you could approach this problem. One way that I find really helpful is to draw it out first on graph paper or brick paper. This helps me solve more tricky problems with geometry. So the other day, I was working on this Star Wars model, and what I had to do was plan it out ahead of time on paper. Here I have what we call brick paper, which is sort of like a special graph paper for Lego. And what I did was draw out my circle, and then I traced along the inside to decide which Lego squares would be included as Lego bricks on my model.
All right, hey third grade, that is the end of our Lego Builder. I'm curious, how many of you have something that you've built at home out of Legos? If you do, snap a picture of it and stick it in your portfolio so I can see what you can build.